Welcome to Streaming Deluxe. My name is Mr. Orange and today we will talk about offline gaming on Steam. So hey, welcome to a new video. As you can see on my channel, I have been offline for quite some time. I was moving out to a new place, so obviously now I'm back and finally I have internet again, or let's say not only mobile phone internet. I was actually at one point I didn't have a clear fast internet connection, and this came actually a little bit abrupt, so I was surprised from one day to another that my internet was cut out, and then I was constantly in the offline mode. So what did I learn actually from this? So I learned that if you haven't downloaded games, then you're on Steam, or especially on Steam, but on all of the other launchers, you're really lost. So of course you can always connect your computer to some free internet if you have a Wi-Fi connection, maybe directly that goes directly into your house, or with your mobile phone, so you can tether your mobile phone or to create some hotspot. So all of this is possible, but this will cost you a lot of data, and in most countries, especially in Western Europe, data is still expensive if you haven't got a very unlimited expensive telecommunication contract. So I was without internet, and I had a couple of games downloaded, and the good thing is I was going through some sort of backlog playing all those games, so I enjoyed this part of not having internet on Steam a lot. So I, for example, finished Dishonored 2 finally, started Soma and Dishonored Death of the Outsider, so games that I've never played before. Even started Doom 64, but I'm coming to this later. So what are you going to do if you don't have internet? So first of all, you're going to check here on the list. Here you click on the left right button, show only ready to play games. So installed on, so those are games that are installed on your machine. So because if you haven't installed the games yet, you won't be able to play them in the moment your internet connection is disappeared. And then you will more or less see those games are installed yet. But we all know there are some games that need an internet connection, or some games, and now that's the really nasty part of it, that need to be updated. And if you haven't updated them during the phase you needed the internet, or you had the internet, sorry, and you didn't update them, the game remembers the fact that it's not updated, and then you can't play it. So this is, for example, here as an example, the Hunter Call of the Wild. So updates are disabled because Steam is offline. Why didn't I update this game? Yeah, it was because of this situation we all in at the moment, where Steam decided to to not run the updates constantly, but only update at if you really want to update the game yourself. So this was actually breaking my neck at this moment, because then a lot of games that I thought I could play, I was not able to play because they were not updated. So yes, as I said, so you're going to click here on all the games that are installed, and then starts a little bit more the difficult part. So you see, for example, here I made a folder with installed locally games, and then I have a folder with offline games. So I went to the folder with the installed locally games, so all of those games I have installed on my machine. So normally I should be able to play them, except if they are hanging in the update process, or except they need some internet connection, they are online games, or they need an internet connection to start. This is, for example, the case with Doom 64. You cannot start Doom 64 if you don't have an internet connection. So I was tethering Steam, or I was tethering my machine, my desktop PC, to my mobile phone, and just to start Doom 64. The problem is, at this moment there was a lot of data running in the background, and I lost like within seconds. I think I lost like 300 megabytes of my mobile phone data, and then I stopped doing this little tether experiment. Of course, you can try to turn off everything that might be related to the internet on your machine, but let's be honest, this might be even more stressful, and in some cases I think, or you never really know what Windows is doing in the background, so I would not recommend you to do this. So yeah, installed locally. You see, all those games are installed locally. So what was I doing? So I was then starting actually by hand a couple of games just to find out if those games work. I mean, that's it's a tedious way to find out which games work. And yeah, of course, I didn't have internet, so I couldn't, or I could go with my mobile phone, but I could go with my desktop PC now, checking out some web pages to find the best offline games. So this was all not possible. So then titles not ready to play. You see, for example, games that are installed here, they are still not ready to play because the update is not on. So you're going to see a lot of those situations, and it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating that you're actually not able to play the games that you want. So yes, so I went back, installed locally, and then I was creating an offline folder. So this is now my offline folder. So you see those games are played then. It's already quite some time that I played since I moved. So May the 9th, this is the last time I played those games. And all of those games that I have now here, for example, I mean, just to keep in mind, all of those games you are able to play offline if you have them installed. So if you want to play Epic games, you can't play them. If you want to play games on Battle.net launcher offline, you can't play them offline. If you want to play offline, Uplay is also not working, as well as Origin and Twitch. So that's actually a lot. So and Bethesda launcher is also not working. But if you have Bethesda games on Steam, they might work. So I tried this out. So I hope I'm correct in this sense. I might change this, but honestly, I didn't get the launchers to work and then to run those games. So those are my offline games. You're asking yourself now, oh, why is he talking all the time about offline games here? As I want to repeat, so I didn't have internet, and this was now the solution that I found to play those offline games. And I still don't have internet on my desktop PC, just on my mobile phone, so I'm still offline. And for example, if I would start now one of those games, they would easily work on my machine. That's good to know. And for example, a game that I can, Resident Evil 2 is offline, for example. That's really cool. The Dishonored series is offline. Possible Soma, quite older game. So not only older games, but also some few of the new games like Nanotale, Taipei Chronicles, even Devil May Cry 5. This was very surprising, so I really liked this fact that I could play this one offline. But that's most of it, so of the game that I have installed. As I said before, Doom 64, I needed to tether to start it, so it's like that you're just starting your car. So you need someone that gives you a little starting help, and with Doom 64 that's the case. This might also be the case with a couple of other games, but as I said before, also this might cost you a lot of data on your mobile phone if you have unlimited data on your mobile phone. So then I wouldn't say you're offline, then you're mostly online, and then you're actually not concerned by this aspect. So of course, what happens if you play the game? That's very important. You played it in offline, then you have to allow that the cloud is synchronizing, or is being synchronized. Very important, the cloud is being synchronized by the data files that you have on your desktop machine, and not the other way around. Otherwise you're going to lose your progress on your machine. Alright, so what else do we need here? The problem is, if you want to play offline games that are running from Uplay, then you might have problems on Steam. If they also run from other launchers, then you might also have problems. But for the rest, I would say Steam is actually a very, very good option possibility to play games offline. So it's almost like with consoles. You can even play some games that have not been updated yet, in case that Steam doesn't think the game needs to be updated. The moment the Steam thinks the game needs to be updated, then you can't play it anymore. That's very important to keep this in mind. Alright, my friends, so I hope you enjoyed this video about offline gaming, about some remarks and hints. If you are like me in a situation as I'm now still, yes, in 3 weeks I'm offline. So from today, well, tomorrow I will get my normal desktop internet connection again, and then I will upload this video. Yeah, I will do this tomorrow or this weekend. And yeah, don't get too sad if you are offline for quite some time. So make sure that you always have some of your favorite games installed, that you that you when the surprise happens. I mean, it's not very probable for most of you guys, but if it happens, if you move, for example, and you have to cancel your internet operator and you have to find a new one in a new city, then of course make sure you have your favorite games, you have them always installed. Alright, my friends, I'm leaving my video here. Give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel and give me some interaction in the community board. This would be amazing. So thank you very much for your patience, and of course check out my other videos. I'm going to make more videos again, so since I now have my internet connection and my new place, my new office, my new gaming room, so this is going to be great. Maybe I'm also going to be streaming much more, so I have a lot in mind, so for the future. See you the next time, guys. Bye bye.